And to join us, our own, the seventh man you hardly see on the program. We call him Papa. A gentleman, Mr. Papa, a gentleman. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Hey, Papa no did there. Mr. Alote, the man no did there. Papa. Papa.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Oh, you know President No. Mr. Papa, how are you doing, sir?
Please, I'm doing good. How about you, sir?
But tell you, gentleman, he said, please, I'm doing good. Hey, Papa, I don't know. Abranti. And when, listen, I can vouch for this man if he's behind your camera or he has to direct a movie. Or Charlie, we are talking to a guy who was on the set of Beast of No Nation. What are we saying? Ole. Make a note talk, please.
No, actually, I wasn't on that particular set at the time.
Okay, sorry. I'll go.
I think at the time
it was King Lu.
Yeah, it was King Lu
Okay.
and the other team. At the time, I came to manage TV Gold.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh, so Papa, you are saying because of TV Gold, that's why you missed the chance of doing that one. But you were in another international set, right?
Yes, I was on Black Earth Rising.
Black Earth Rising,
yeah,
okay.
By Hugo Flick. Hugo Blake, a British director.
Okay.
And then I also had the opportunity to also work on The Fisherman, which was shot last year and is currently in film festivals, having a film festival run at the moment.
Hey, Charlie Papa, I know be small. Where would they here with you? They see you like co-equal, eh?
Oh, not really. I mean, I was the second AD most often. That's my job. Either the set PA or the second AD. So mostly that's my job.
I beg you for breakdown purposes. When you say PA, DE, SP, before Christ, BC, please break it down for us.
Okay, so the set PA is basically the set production assistant. So his job is to sort of coordinate between departments and ensure that the director gets whatever they want ready before they call for action. So that is basically it. But for the AD, the second AD is the second assistant director. But my job is more or less of preparing documents for the first AD and the director to make use of. So most often you prepare the itinerary for the day to be shot. So you prepare your sites for the characters to use, and also you prepare what we call the daily schedules for them to know what they will be doing the next day or the day that they will shoot in. So that's basically their job of the set, the second AD.
So now we have AD and
set PA.
PA and AD. Okay.
Yeah.
So if Alote was on your set, you'll be what?
Alote will be more of a producer. I think from the nature of what he even does on this particular show, I think it's going to be more of a producer than.
What about Mr. Kwanzaa?
Mr. Kwanzaa, technical. So Mr. Kwanzaa may be more of sound, maybe the sound operator. So he may not necessarily handle the boomstick, but I think in terms of the controlling or using the field mixer to balance whatever sound you are picking from the actors and then the ambient sounds as well. So I think that will be his job.
You sure say you go feel be sound guy. You don't get high too. So the next thing they carry, the sound they carry.
Once they use the field mixer, there's no height issue even involved. And even if you are using the boomstick.
Papa, why are you wasting your time to explain to Mr. Alote?
I know.
He just wants to worry. He just wants to worry Mr. Q. And Mr. Q is standing here.
That's our Goliath, in the house Goliath, with the presidential height.
Papa.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, before you jump in on your delivery, tell us what's happening in the film industry. We want to take this opportunity to say belated birthday greetings going out to our own man, Mr. Q, who celebrated his birthday a couple of hours ago. So on this note, we say happy birthday to him. Mr. Q, thank you very much. We'll talk some more.
Let him say one or two words.
Oh, after we'll go make it talk. You say you go give him money. You see, yeah, we go. Papa, continue. We go spoil the show.
How old are you?
Papa, Papa, what's happening in our film industry?
Yeah, so first and foremost, thanks for this opportunity. And then a lot has been happening in the film industry, not necessarily Ghana, but the Africa as a whole. For the show that I do on YouTube, that is the Film Mandate, what I try to do is to bring about some of the things happening around the continent of Africa. This year in particular, we had about 6 films that was selected for the Cannes Film Festival. And I think Nigeria's film, A Father's Shadow, was one of the films that was hailed mightily in the festival, directed by Akinola Davis Jr., who is based in the UK. So it looks like in this very particular edition of the Cannes Film Festival, which I think is the 70th or 72nd film festival, Africa really dominated the scene, made a great impact on the scene, on the terrain. And amazingly, not just that, but Akinola Davis' film, that is My Father's Shadow, happens to be the very first time Nigeria has entered into the Cannes Film Festival. So
very first time?
Yeah, the very first time.
All this while?
All this while, yeah.
Wow.
All this while. So it's actually a big win for Nigeria and particularly, Africa in general, because the film itself, it's a fictional story, but it has the background of the civil war that happened in Nigeria around 93, at a time when His Excellency Babangida was the president during that period. So it was sort of amazing to see how he came about writing a story that would use that as the backdrop for the film. And not only that, amazing, it looks like Nigerians are thinking more historically. So there's also another film that has the same approach. And I think it stars Ramsey Noah. I've forgotten the other actors in the film. But that is called 77, The Festac Conspiracy. But that's not part of that was not part of that particular category. It was also entered into the Cannes Film Festival, selected by the Nigerian Film Commission to participate in the Cannes Film Festival. And for those who may not know about the Festac 77, Festac 77 happens to be the second Black and African Festival of Arts and Culture that was held in Nigeria in the year 1977. And the purpose of it was to celebrate African culture and to ensure that it doesn't sort of go extinct, particularly on the international stage. And you'll be amazed to know that they spent about a month in the celebration of this festival. And then in the year 77, they spent $400 million. But in the year 2023...
Again, please, you are talking money matter. You say how many $1 million?
They spent $400 million in the year 77 for the celebration of the Festac, that brought together Africans from all over the continent and around the world to celebrate Africa's culture. So that's how much they spent. And adjusted for inflation in the year 2023, it's around $2 billion. That's how much they spent, if you are bringing it into the year 2023. So it was really a massive celebration that they did in that year, attracting mega stars like Stevie Wonder, and definitely with Fela being an indigene of Nigeria himself. Yes, he also part of that festivity. So it was huge, and that is what they used as the backdrop for this particular film.
Okay, Papa.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ghana, any news, the way you are mentioning, when you mention Nigeria, you don't mention Ghana some way.
Yeah.
You're talking about millions here and there. They're intentionally putting their house in order. We were talking behind the scenes, and Mr. Alute said one thing. There's an intentional budget. From your little experience, which is really big, when do you think we would also get there? We just spoke to Shirley not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. I was listening. So, first and foremost, I wish I had opportunity to commend Shelley on her, transitioning to film, to theater. But before then, there is also big news about Shelley, which I hope she had shared it, but it's something that we need to congratulate her on. So, still a little bit on the African scene, and I'll come back to the Ghanaian scene. A number of collaborations have been happening nowadays, and I think it's very exciting for Africa to be specific. And then three companies or three production studios have come together to form BRS Studios, and their intention is to sort of uplift production value in films to a level that is unprecedented on the continent. And as a result of that, a number of films, they announced their slate of films for 2025, of which Shelley Manson is one of the directors directing one of those productions. And I think the title of the production, I don't know whether they've done the production already or she'll be directing, it's called Stitches. And it's exciting because you have these three companies coming together with their leaders having diverse skill sets to bring aboard to make sure that these productions are of a scale that Africa can be proud of. Yeah.
Shelley's supposed to be directing one of
those films.
Called Stitches.
Stitches, yeah. Stitches.
But tell us. Wait. You get Mr. Papa, continue. Tell us what we can't. Oh, boss, continue.
Yeah. So I mean, the other two actors is Ramsey Noah, who is a director, directing one of the films called Dambe, and then Peter Obi, also one of Nigeria's veteran actor, also a director, will be directing a film called Iwa Akwa. I'm not so sure about the meanings of these words, but that is how exciting it is. And then,
Papa, please hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just put Shelley back on the line. Sorry, Shelley, we put you live on air. You didn't tell us that you are directing something called Stitches and it's on big money.
But you didn't ask me anything about it.
Hey, madam.
We have that interview on another.
Hey. Okay. So
you didn't ask me anything about it.
Hey.
Who gave you the info right now?
We are live on air. Papa is giving us the info. So we called you to just verify. You two, you are saying yes. Madam, congratulations once again. Can we get commission on the money?
My first Nollywood
collaboration.
Whatever.
Wow.
Yes.
It's
called Stitches. I can't wait.
So now you are putting one leg in Nigeria.
What should I say? I'm a filmmaker. BB. Very soon I'll be doing work in, the North Pole and things.
Hey. In fact, if you want to do a movie on alien stuff and spaceships, please let me know.
You know a place we can go?
Nugopo. Sorry. Shelley, good night. Let's leave here. Papa, I better continue.
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
okay.
I mean, I had to dig deep to find a website that it's not a common website. I think it's a Nigerian website called What Kept Me Up, and that's where I saw it. And I think I also saw it on Shelley Manson's official Instagram page, and I was so excited to see that development. So big things are happening on the continent, but in Ghana in particular, there seems to be the consciousness of trying to do quality films with high production value. In this very year, there's been two films that have been hailed, so much. You have Last Stop, and then you have the other one being I'm missing the name, but the other one's coming again. The Funeral of Kwade, which will be, I think, releasing anytime soon.
Wait. There was one originally known as The Burial of Kojo.
Yeah, The Burial of Kojo.
Now this one is what? Burial of Kwade.
No, this is The Funeral of Kwade.
The Funeral of Kwade.
Yeah, The Funeral of Kwade. So, and when you look at these films, the qualities are high. I even have a mate of mine who also has directed a film called The God of Odds, which was shot in Busia Beach, the community over there. And that is also very interesting. So there's a consciousness of trying to create films with high production value to make sure that it can stand or rub shoulders with other films from other countries on the international stage. So for now, that is what is happening on the scene. But I like what Shelley said concerning what, if she gets the opportunity to talk to the president, the idea of policy. From my little observation within the short period of time that I've been in the industry, I've come to realize that there are three factors that perhaps ought to be put in place. I wouldn't say it's the exhaustive list of factors, but these three factors, I think, are what ought to be put in place to help an industry perform well. It's not exclusive to the film industry necessarily, but it is I think it can apply to every other industry whatsoever. The first is what she mentioned, policies. But the second is also infrastructure. When you look at the United States of America and Bollywood and all others, they have a lot of infrastructures in place from I would say, chains of cinemas and other things that support the industry, because you can produce quality films, but if you don't have the necessary place to exhibit them, you run at a loss. And that's what we are facing in the country. Unfortunately for us, with all these films that are created, even in Africa, most of them have to be dumped on, YouTube. And that is not to say YouTube is a bad platform, but it could be better when, after having screened in the cinemas, you later then put it on a streaming platform or a platform like YouTube. And research has been pointed to the fact that it does better after it has gone to the cinemas, because then the word of mouth and other things then goes a long way to make a positive impact when it's put on whatever platforms. So, and that has been the second one. And the third is data, because, this very weekend, I don't know whether you are aware of the movie that topped the Memorial Day weekend in the U.S.
Which movie is that?
The movie is an adaptation of the animation, I think, Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so Lilo and Stitch was adapted, and it made big money. I mean, stretch the gap between itself and then Final Reckoning. That's Mission Impossible, And all this is possible because we can go online and find real data that proves the point that these films are capable of making money. And there was a period of time when China invested heavily in U.S. So most of the film production companies were partly owned by China, all because they had data that can prove to the fact that when they invest their money, they can make their monies back. And even if they don't make it back, they'll be going for the long term where they know that the immediate losses will be catered for when the big wins come. So these are things that are missing in our industry, and I believe that when they are put in place, it should go a long way to revive the industry, so to speak.
For a filmmaker, and every time trying to buy a new laptop or a new lens or something like that, where would you want to? How low should the dollar go? If you had the chance to stop it somewhere, where would you stop it?
Personally, I would wish it should go to five cities.
Oh, okay, realistically.
Yeah.
No, your wish is 5, but realistically, where do you think you should stop?
Yeah, I think so. It depends, because realistically, I think 7.5 or 6 shouldn't be bad, because I remember I bought a laptop in 2021 around 6,000 cedis, and then I think 2 years later, that's around 2023, it shot to around 13,000, 15,000. And that's not been a high-end laptop that I bought. It was good for the work I was doing at the time. So a lot of these things have really impacted the industry, because now you can't buy the things that you really want to do. You need to, do your production. And so for the dollar coming down to an extent is really positive for most artisans in the industry. So yeah, between 5 and 7.5 would be ideal for most of us.
You don't like soccer, but Ghana, Niger?
Ghana, Niger. Definitely, I would wish Ghana would win, but the little I hear from those who are passionate about sports always say that we may not be in the best shape possible, but I hope Ghana wins.
By what goal margin?
Maybe 2-1.
2-1. Papa, thank you very much. A quick run through, and thanks for the filler for us to get Shirley back on the line to confirm it.
Yeah.
And sorry for the mistake. It's Black Earth Rising, huh?
Yeah, Black Earth Rising.
Okay. But King Lou worked on Beast of No Nation.
Yeah, Beast of No Nation.
Okay.
He also worked on Black Earth Rising as a second, first aid. I think for the Beast of No Nation, he was third assistant director. And for the Beast of the Black Earth Rising, he was the second AD of a sort. Yeah.
King Lou was third assistant director for Beast of No Nation.
Beast of No Nation, yeah.
Hey. Okay. Mami
Do you perchance know Mr. Q's age?
Oh.
Honestly, I have no idea, but I won't be surprised if it's in his mid-40s to late 40s.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm just hazarding a guess, that's all.
No. He's 59.
Oh,
59.
how? Papa, Papa, Charlie, thank you.
Okay, sir.
But wait, Papa, why are you laughing?
No, I mean, for him to have said 59, I was wondering whether he's. I mean, it's not possible.
It's not possible. You remember that movie scene, Ocean 11 or so, where Clooney asked somebody, "How do you think I am?" And the guy mentioned a certain figure. He got annoyed. Charlie, thank you very much, Papa.
Okay, sir.
And this time around, we should be hooking up with you for film info on the program.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you very much, sir, once again. Yay. Person with no job, there no job. Oh, mind. Okay, so we'll quickly jump to the front page of the Daily Graphic and then we'll bash